leadership is not. And I can tell you, we have 1,000 new people coming to Texas every single day. We have vast transportation needs. I'm from Houston. You guys aren't that far out of Dallas-Fort Worth. We know that. However, it's interesting to me that while everybody else is criticizing what has been done, no one has come forth with a real plan to change that. I think we have built more roads in the state of Texas than any other state in the Union, despite what has happened. Now, let me just address Washington, D.C., because you're not going to find anybody in this state that would rather, quite frankly, tell them what they could do with pretty much everything they're doing except the military, the only thing they actually get right. But I will say this, there is a way to go about that. There is a constitutional way. And what that is challenging those things when Washington oversteps its bounds. And I think Governor Perry has done that. In fact, he's doing that with EPA. I think they just used this week. But the constitutional way to do that is to take those battles one at a time and go up there and make sure that we are getting the money that Texas actually made and pay in back into the state to build transportation needs. He has a plan. I did agree with him on some of the transportation chain. He has listened. He has heard the people. But we have to address that, and I think we're going to do that by bringing people in. By the way, TxDOT was about to be reformed. There was a plan to reform that. It died when, quite frankly, Democrats shoved our photo ID bill to death over in the House and would not let us pass it. It will be done in the next legislative session. There's no doubt about that. Thank you.
1 minute rebuttal.
The Trans-Texas Corridor dies with only one candidate for governor.
Yeah.
Because we've been loud, haven't we, and clear about how many dollars have we wasted asking Texas what they think about the Trans-Texas Corridor. How thick-headed has Austin been pretending to ask for our opinion? You've got testimony in the House just last week, a member of TxDOT saying the plans are alive and well. Look at their website. It's up on their website today. I looked at it just last night. They're talking about the multimodal plans. The Senator's transportation plan includes a multimodal plan. The Governor's TxDOT continues to pursue the Trans-Texas Corridor. Some may have seen that it's maybe been renamed the North American Super Corridor. Trans-Texas Corridor, not the same, runs from Mexico to Canada. North American Super Corridor, different animal, you understand, runs from Canada to Mexico.
Positive way. He has heard the people of Texas, and they are working to do that. I will also say this, one of the things that he has done is push down a lot of the decisions to regional authorities. Now, as Republicans, we believe that the real control ought to rest at the local level, and we've seen him actually take state power and push that down to the local level, because I think, as many of you do, that we make much better decisions the closer those decisions are made to the people. He has a proven record of doing that.
Thank you. Tina, you get to take the next question. Give us three specifics of your plan to secure the border and stop illegal immigration.
Well, I think what we can look at and see is what has happened. Now, clearly everybody agrees that Washington has failed on this issue. One of the things that we have done, and I think very specifically will continue to do, is take through the budgeting process about $100 to $110 million in each session to go down and put boots on the border. As a result of some of those operations, we had a reduction of 65% of pretty heinous crimes, everything from human trafficking to drug trafficking on the border. I think one of the other things that we will continue to do is work very closely with local law enforcement officials, the sheriffs along the border, the people along the border, because they see what is going on and equip them with technology, equip them with the things they need. I also think, and Governor Perry has already done this, is actually to go down there and report in. But I will say this with regard to the border issues is when Washington fails, we have to step up. And as a result of these operations, it has led to the deportation of over 42,000 illegal aliens in the last couple of years. I think Governor Perry will continue to do that. And by the way, he was just endorsed by the founder of the Minutemen, Jim Gilchrist. And so I think, quite frankly, people see that we are working very hard. We need Washington to actually step up and do one of the things that they should be doing, which is providing national security for us. But as when Washington fails, Texas will step up and do the job.
Thank you, Tina. Debra?
The cornerstone of this campaign has been about understanding policies that protect freedom and those that destroy it. And I have made a case all across Texas that it is private property ownership that is an essential ingredient of freedom. We have forgotten the notion that that is private property all up and down that border. We continue to rail that Washington is not doing her job, but the reality is Texas has a job to secure life, liberty, and property of its citizens. I'm not sure why the governor is waiting to deploy the National Guard. He's the commander-in-chief over the Texas military force. She'll be the commander-in-chief over the Texas military force, and our military force will be deployed to our border to assist private property owners and local law enforcement in securing their property. There will be continuing criminal trespass across that border and across that private property. There will be a respect for the rule of law. This is a constitutional republic. We've got to have fair and just laws that apply equally to everyone. This incentive to come here and get reduced tuition when you're an illegal immigrant in our state must stop. It is the ultimate way. When I walked off the stage of that second debate, some on my team said, Texas is not verifying. It's worse than that. Not only are we not verifying that those getting the reduced tuition are applying for citizenship under federal law, they're precluded, barred for life from ever becoming a U.S. citizen if they've been in our state, in our country for 3 years. We require them to be here for 3 years to get that discounted tuition. That is atrocious behavior from the state.
The real question should be, when we deal with any issue, but in particular illegal immigration, is what is good for America? That should be the basis for everything we do. We should look to be protecting our citizens. And I think Governor Perry has continued to try not only to